Leak sensors. They touch water, or rather water touches them, and then they tell your controller to make sure that you find out about it ASAP. But how many places should you be putting leak sensors? Are there leak-prone places that most reefers aren't considering? And how do you make sure that your leak sensor is set up in the most effective way possible? Let's break it down. Leaking liquids is no joke when it comes to our aquariums. Water finding its way to places it shouldn't be isn't just a little problem to mop up, it can be a huge issue that puts not just our pets at risk, but also our homes. Being able to detect when water and other conductive liquids have begun to land on unsafe surfaces can save your reef and your residents. Leak sensors like these from Neptune Systems Leak Detection Kit are able to detect conductive liquids like water when it comes into contact with the conductive strips on the sensor. The sensor then sends a signal to Apex, and the Apex can notify you and even react on your behalf, turning off equipment that might be the cause. There are a handful of areas around your aquarium where leak detectors can be the most helpful. Sensors placed beside or tucked under the stand, even in behind the stand below an external overflow box, can help detect general leaks like a failed seam or poorly installed plumbing. Even if you don't have much clearance underneath the stand or just want to be able to hide the sensor under a rug, there are low-profile versions available for those tighter spots. Sensors placed inside the stand near the sump, plumbing manifolds, UV sterilizers, or external return pumps are also very effective at detecting simple leaks or drips right where they tend to start and before they make it onto your floors. But there are even some less obvious places where leak detectors can become incredibly valuable. And even if your RODI filter or mixing station is a room away, you can use an extended Aquabus cable so that the FMM module and sensors can reach these other places and still connect to your Apex. You can also very easily optimize the placement of these leak sensors to make sure that they're going to be in direct path of any leaking liquids. One easy trick is just to place a marble on the floor and let it roll naturally to the lowest point. This is where any liquid is likely to gather as it follows the slope of the floor. By dropping the marble from each area that you'd like to place a leak sensor, you can ensure that that sensor is going to do its job. Setting up the leak detection kit in Fusion is really simple using the tasks function. Once you've connected the FMM module and the probes to your Apex, click on the clipboard icon and find LDK in the list. It'll then walk you through a few short steps, and those sensors will be ready to send you notifications to your smart device if they detect a leak. But if you're like me and you would also like to have an audible and visual alarm right at the aquarium as well, you can pick up one of Adaptive Reef's alarms that plugs directly into one of the 24-volt accessory ports on your EB832 energy bar. Then you can click on the triple cogwheel icon to reveal the hidden icons, then click on the flowchart icon, click on the EB832, then click on the cogwheel on link A or link B depending on which of the 24-volt ports you've plugged the alarm into. Scroll down to the bottom where the configuration field is and enter this code. We'll leave a link to the code in the description below as well, so you can just copy and paste it. Once you're finished, scroll back up to the top and click the upload icon, and from then on, anytime a sensor is tripped, your Adaptive Reef alarm will beep and flash to immediately draw your attention, even if your phone isn't in your pocket. There's even more that you can do with your leak sensors, like have equipment that could be at fault automatically turn off to try and stop the problem even before you have a chance to make it to the aquarium. We walk you through how to set up functions just like that and more in our Master Apex series that you can dive into by clicking right here.